Hello and welcome to the Boise State Arena. We are here covering the Mountain West Conference Week 7 game of the Boise State Broncos versus the Colorado State Rams in a best of 3. My name is Dallin Starnes. I'm going to be your host today, and we're going to get into it very, very soon. I'm stoked for this match. This is the last match of the regular season before we get to semifinals and all that. You might think I'm alone. I'm never alone because I'm joined by my good co-host, Pico. Oh, buddy. Well, Pico's here with me. We're going to be going into this very soon here. Not sure what map we're going to be getting yet. Wait. Oh. Pico. He's good. He's good. We're good. We're all good here. We're going to be going into it very soon here. Maps-wise, I don't know, Pico. I'm thinking we're probably going to be seeing, I don't know. I would love to see some Haven. I think, you want to see Haven? I want to see Haven. I think Haven is one of our best maps. We've consistently seen Boise State do very well on those three-sided maps. We've seen it in, like, especially in the University of Hawaii game. We saw it last week. Those three-sided maps like Haven and Lotus, we do exceptionally well at. You know? See, you get me. You get me. I love this. I love this dichotomy that we got going, man. It's awesome. Agent picks-wise, let me get that out of the way for you, Pico. Oh, no. You're getting covered by the cup, buddy. All right, looks like we're going to be going. Yeah, I called it. It's Haven first match. Boise State on attack. Then we're going to be going to Pearl, and then it's going to be split. So, Haven, I think, is one of our best maps, just hands down. Our comp that we have set up for it is very strong. I have not seen us lose on Haven yet when we get the chance to pick it. Pearl and Split are a little more up in the air, though. We'll see how it goes when we get to that. But for now, we're going to be going Haven here very soon. Picks-wise, who do we go for picks? I'm trying to remember here. I believe, before I even start thinking about that, we got to cover Doc's keys to the games. In Valorant, it's going to be to flank efficiently, spend and peek wisely, diminish their economy and loot. And this one's a personal favorite of mine because it's actually my key to the game. Don't trust the right click. Time and time again, you see on the first round, people will have their classic out, and you have the option, hey, maybe I can right click here, you know. A little bit of a shotgun spray with my pistol. It never works out. I've seen it too many times. You know, you put too much hope into it. It's just never, ever, ever, ever worth it. Brought to you by Blue Ribbon Painting. Getting into this first one, picks-wise. Let's get back to those picks, though. I think on Haven, I believe we usually go with an Omen. I don't know. I'm starting to blank out. But we're going to be getting right into it. We've got Prestige, Skies, Master, Skeletons, and Ray Rihanna right behind me, getting ready to go into this game here very soon. All getting ready in the training range, doing what they need to do to get ready for this best of 3 versus the Colorado State Rams. Colorado State Rams have been doing very well so far this past season, only losing, I believe, to San Jose, who we also lost to, as well as University of Hawaii. So they've got a pretty strong record so far, about as strong as ours. So I think we're in for a pretty interesting series here. They're all just getting ready to go. And so is Pico. Oh, sorry. I thought I heard something. But, I mean, for Haven specifically, if there's somebody that I want to see, it's a 3-sided site. I imagine I'm probably going to end up seeing probably a Clove. With all of the long angles that you can hold on this map, I imagine we might see probably a Chamber, potentially a Cypher. However, I think Cypher has been kind of out of sorts ever since Tejo has been added to rotation, just consistently being able to deploy salvo missiles to destroy any sort of tripwires anywhere on the map. It can be incredibly frustrating to deal with. So as it stands right now, Cypher's probably not going to be a good pick if a Tejo is, viable in this sort of thing. I do want to point out we are on a new patch, which includes Waylay and a couple map changes, but I do not think that's actually going to be effective. What's up? Recording yourself? I see you taking a quick pick. All right. Not too slick. But, yeah, Waylay I do not think is going to be viable for picks as well as the current map rotation. We're just going to be keeping it as it was with I believe it's Bind currently still in rotation, as well as Lotus. Those two, I think, were the ones that are getting removed out. In other picks, Initiator, we already talked about Tejo. Controllers, we already talked about Omen and Clove. I think those are pretty strong picks for Haven specifically. We've seen Skies use Yoru on Haven multiple times. It's been used very effectively. I will say, though, I'm kind of surprised by the lack of Jet on Haven. I think we use Omen as a sub-in, just given the ability to get to places. I mean, verticality. You're just able to get all those high places with Omen and Jet, but I'm kind of surprised that Jet is not often the pick. But we're going to be getting into it. On the side of Boise State, we're already seeing the lock-in for Cypher. Oh, how could I forget this comp? We've seen it so many times. We've got the Cypher, we've got the Omen, Sova, Yoru, and ISO. ISO is in a little bit of an interesting state so far. As of this last patch, though, no longer has 2 vulnerables, instead have 1, but that 1 also has the ability to suppress any of the opponent's abilities. Could be used very effectively here. I think one of the common complaints that people were having about playing ISO was that the vulnerables just really didn't do that much. So giving it the ability to suppress might actually do something about that. We'll see how that plays into this game. But on the side of the Rams, we've got Manhen on the breach. Fuki, considering maybe a Sentinel or a Duelist. We've got Rice on the Omen. Keyboard on Sova. Looks like Hawktoes. I'm not going to make the joke. On Cypher. I'm not going to do it. You can't make me. Going into it. Here we go. I believe in the past we've seen very, very similar comps on Haven, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see something different here. I would also like to point out the Boise State players fueled a win with Dairy West Fueling Station, filled with chocolate milk, cheeses, and tons of dairy snacks. Dairy West fuels the Broncos. I love the cheese, the milk. I'm a big dairy guy, so huge vouch for me. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. So in terms of their comp with the Breach, I think Breach is going to be a very strong pick here from Manhen on this site, just considering all of the long angles that you can hold down as a Breach player. Well, I mean, I guess their comps aren't too different. We've got a Cypher and an Omen on both sides, as well as a Sova. It's really just different in that Duelist and additional Initiator. Manhen getting ready to prep that stun. We're going to be getting right into it. Boise State on offense. Going to be pushing straight in. No fear as Master pops the shield. Gets tagged, but is still living. Plank goes down. This is great start for Boise State. Complete coverage of the site already of the spike down. All 5 players forming around CT. Might be getting some sort of flank here from Boise State. Sky's hiding in the back corner. Gets 1, gets 2. There you go. Good stuff. How to plan it, it played out perfectly. With the, I mean, I was talking about ISO before. Not only did the contingency get a little bit of a change. No, contingency also got a change, which is the little push invincible shield that we saw. Now you can move it at half speed. And that's going to be, I think, more strong on defense than it would be on offense. But it's going to be really nice for either pushing into sites or holding off some sort of retake. Considering that the wall itself is invincible. You can't break it. Fuki able to get a pick on Rariana here. That'll be huge for them. Pushes in with that contingency, has the shield ready as well. Blinds the back corner, doesn't see anyone. Boise State able to get into C-site once again, ready to plant. We've got Rice, though, hanging out in the garage. As well as Hawktoes. Could be in a tight spot here. Master starts backing off. Probably the right move here. Stun and blind goes out. Skies gets ready to peek. Sees him, but isn't able to take it. Master gets taken out as well. Here goes Sky. It's 4v1 here. Skelesis, though, still in garage, has a Phantom. I don't know. It could be tight. Able to get it quick, too. Oh. That's going to be rough for Boise State. They bought up pretty heavy there that second round, and that's going to go straight into Colorado State's economy. Phantom specifically is going to hurt.
Nice. Last player standing.
I mean, honestly, in that situation, I can get trying to fight it, but 4v1 and you're holding a Sheriff on a round 2, I don't know. It might be worth saving that next time. This guy's going to be checking the garage with the dart. Doesn't see anything yet. Ririana holding the same angle with the Sheriff. Might be in a tight spot here. Hawktoe hiding to the left here. Skies gets dinked, immediately leaves. It's probably a smart move. Rice still holding down this garage. He's not going to let anyone pass through. Skies. Waiting out, just trying to get some sort of pick. Sees Fuki, but not able to get it.
Stopping fire.
Cut off by this trip here. Rihanna is waiting for maybe Hawk to peek around one of those walls. Could be tight. Breaks the dart, immediately starts pushing in. Able to take out Hawk.
30 seconds
Sets
left.
up a trip.
Show me a target.
Plant starts going down. Skies could get a big pick here on Manhen. 1, 2, there you go. Doesn't see the third though. Keyboard able to try to trade it out. 2v4 now. Rice throws a blind. Not much effect
One
though.
enemy remaining.
Gets a quick pick, and Boise State is going to take round 3. That's a reversal you need. If you're going to lose round 2, you better pray that you take round 3.
Thirty seconds left.
Show me a target.
Yeah, let's look at this quick 2K, though. Oh. You saw it. We all saw it. We were there. We were there. It's all a matter of playing it patiently. Now, something that doesn't get talked about too often is that when you are in those situations where you have the possibility to shoot, you really want to just take a second to slow down and make sure that you are hitting your shots. Because if imagine being in the spot and you just completely miss it. That would hurt really bad. Sky's holding down in the back of sight. Has the TP to get out if needed. Rihanna there too. Has to get the spike though. It's going to be held down by Manhen. Throws the TP.
3 out of
Gets
5.
Manhen.
I have
Rihanna.
retreat trigger.
Good move. Smart move.
Well, where is everyone hiding?
Starts running back. Ooh. Pookie trying to play for the pick there.
One
Trying to
enemy
play off of
remaining.
each other. There you go. That's teamwork. It's going to be one lone keyboard now. Throws the shock dart. Meanwhile, Rihanna goes to plant. Shorty doesn't do too much, but Sky's still able to get it anyway.
Good job.
There you go.
One enemy remaining.
Wow. I don't know. I'm guessing did like a good 50. Maybe. Yeah. At that distance, it's probably not going to get the pick off. But, you know, it's chip damage. Chip damage. Boise State up 3-1 now. Rihanna pushing in deep. Quick.
Cage trigger.
Rice still holding down garage. Blinded and backs off into the corner. But doesn't look like Boise State wants to push into garage right now. Looking for B site. Manhen throws a stun into garage. They don't see anyone.
Portal closed.
3 players kind of circling around this B site though. Boise State might want to start backing off. This guy still has that shorty at the ready. Meanwhile, Fuki could get a crazy flank off here. Master getting ready to push into garage. Lets the drone go first. Drone doesn't see anyone yet. Throws the vulnerable to get into backside. Starts planning. Scalasis feels that Rice is still there. Rice is there like every round, so you know you kind of play into that. Keyboard tries to find a pick, doesn't find anyone, I don't think, or doesn't get a hit off on anyone. Fuki once again playing for this flank here. Keyboard throws the stun, or throws the scan dart. Fuki also able to get a pick. It's going to be a 2v3
One
now.
enemy remaining.
Fuki still pushing from behind. Master will be there.
Strike with it.
There you go. And looking at this economy here, weapon-wise, not looking too good for Colorado. However, they do have a lot of ults at their disposal here. Could use that to turn stuff around to this next upcoming round. But they're going to be going up against 5 Vandals, 5 full shields, and plenty of economy still left in the chamber.
Time to jump. Decoy.
Blinding.
Prestige
Cover going
throws a blind.
Cover going out.
Already gets up into heaven. Prestige is going to be in for a hard fight here. Gets one, then drops out of heaven. Probably smart move. Fuki able to get a pick on Rairiana. Meanwhile, Manhen fighting with CT with Sky. Starts pushing in. Fuki gets taken out by Sky. Ooh, just like that. That's going to be around 5 for Boise State. Or score number 5. Wow. All right. So far, I mean, it's been a pretty commanding lead from Boise State. I don't know. Rams are going to have to change up the strategy a little bit. However, they do have a bunch of weaponry at their disposal this round. It's going to be pretty heavy weapon. Sky's going to be ulting in with Dimensional Drift. Checks back of C-site. Does not see anyone. That's going to be the clear for Boise State to immediately start pushing into the C-site. Checks. Doesn't see anyone, then backs off. Gets the plant down on C. Colorado starts heading over. Master still has the ults ready. I guess has it now, this first round.
Nowhere to run. Breaking down.
Skelesis looking for something. Not quite able to find it. Meanwhile, Skelesis in ult. Or Master in ult, able to take out Fuki. Master, oh no. Barely able to get out of there.
One enemy remaining.
And it's just going to be one lone Hawk. Prestige starts pushing up, able to get the pick and get out of sight. Wow. There's all of our Boise State players. Looking good. Playing well. 1-6. I mean, Boise State's got to be feeling good about this lead. Looking at the econ right now, it's not looking too great for the Rams. Most we can really buy is a Guardian with the full shield. Which could be worse, but I don't know. You got to look for that first pick. It's a matter of getting that. If you can get that first pick, that can be a big lead in how the rest of the round ends up. Skelesis
Fake teleport. Time to jump.
and Skies start thinking maybe we push B here. Fuki holding this corner here. Able to get the pick on Rairiana. Wow. Master starts backing out with the rest of the team. Colorado down 2-4 here. Keyboard running back into A site. Meanwhile, you've got Rice, the Omen, finally moving out of garage. Has to start heading over. Keyboard praying to get maybe a pick or two on the way out here.
One enemy remaining.
Doesn't find it. Master will be there. Gets one pick. Gets the plant down. And Rice starts looking to maybe go heaven. Vulnerable goes out. Just like that. That is going to be 1-7 here. Can't ask for something much better than that. back into it. Well, I mean, once again, Eco is not looking so good here for the Rams. Have to resort to small shield sheriffs. And Eco has never looked better for the Broncos. Master
Spike down mid.
gets taken out by Rice. And Manhan gets the pick on Rariana. This is a round that could be huge for the Rams. Able to get also a pick on Prestige. 2-4 here for the Broncos. Could turn it around though, but it's a matter of how you play this out. Scouse just doesn't quite see anyone yet.
Portal closed.
Sends the fake TP. Gets the pick on Manhan. Also Rice as well. It's going to
Last
be
player standing.
Keyboard from behind with the Sheriff.
Enemy
Gets
remaining.
taken out. Skeletons versus Hawk here. Still doesn't have control of the spike. Sends out a scan. Doesn't see anyone yet. Sees him. Ooh. A little too close for comfort there. Hawktos almost had it. Never want to underestimate that Sheriff. It's a very close round though, but it's also going to end up in Boise State's favor. Colorado, initially you'd think, I mean, you got 4 picks, but you also have to consider the econ that Boise State had going into this round. So they're just going to be able to full buy Vandals and full shields once again. Ooh. Sky's playing exceptionally well so far on this Yoru. Gonna get the ult orb. Maybe a fake decoy. I don't know. Has the dimensional drift ready. Sends out a TP to leave. Somebody's got to pick out that spike eventually.
Time to jump.
Sends out the TP. Here we go. It's time to dimensional drift. Check in sight here. Sees one. That's all you need. Skies makes the move. Knows that 2 are there now. But CT and Heaven both get smoked off. Prestige passes the spike over to Scalasis. Or I guess... No, that is Scalasis planning. Okay, that's going to be Fuki. Not Fuki. Keyboard. Trying to ult in.
Yeah.
4v5. However, it looks like 2 players from the Rams are pretty low right now. Rice gets scanned, has to back off. Hawk able to get 1, gets picked.
1 enemy remaining.
Rice as well. It's going to be a 1v4 here. Manhunt only 1 shot right now. Just like that. Ooh. 1-9. Well, I mean, you got to consider that the strategy that Boise State is kind of taking so far. They're just looking for that first pick right now. They are pretty antsy, usually around mid or C site, kind of holding off on A, waiting for maybe some sort of flank, or just holding it off with tripwire. And just looking for that first pick that they can take on B and C. And just kind of playing off of that, as well as using the ults to their favor.
Scanning ahead.
Meanwhile, you're going to go into round 11. Sends the fake decoy. All right, I guess it's a real decoy.
I got the spike.
Skies. And Scouts is going to drone out Garage as well. They're going to be pushing directly into B site. Sky's going to get the plant down. Boom. TP's out. Prestige holding up top. This is the spot I thought Jet was going to be taking most rounds.
Tripwire destroyed.
2 players trying to push out on the flank here. You've got Manman and Keyboard. Scan goes out. Skelsis has to back off a little bit.
Last player
Just keeps
standing.
taking damage. Only 5 HP. Gets head dinked. And that's going to be a round for Colorado. Oof. 2-9. Gonna be going into the last round of the half.
Last round before the
Ult-wise,
switch.
gonna be seeing Rice, Manhen, a couple ults from Boise State as well. You just got to be looking at like Sky and Skelesis as these high priority targets. They're just consistently taking these 1v1s and winning them. Gonna be full buys all around, Vandals, full shields, seeing it all. Master not too far away from an ult here as well. Preps the shield, sends the contingency to push into sight.
Destabilize.
Skelesis sends the ult, able to get quick one, gets traded out. It's going to be 3v3. Skies sends the dimensional drift to pick up Spike and run to the other side. You've got Skelesis running right behind, and you've got Rairiana from mid to clear out A from the other side. All three players from Colorado slowly pushing through B. They just aren't ready for it. Spike's going to go down.
Spike planted.
Rairiana's going to get prepped with the trip for both flank and CT. Here comes the breach ult and aftershock. All three players playing CT.
One enemy remaining.
Boise's got to play together. Skelesis doesn't care though. Skelesis going to just a quick 3K, very passively.
Cage triggered.
Wow.
One enemy remaining.
Death is cold.
Just like that. It's going to be 2-10 now. Very, very strong lead going into this half. The first round, you get a little bit of leeway, you know, in terms of win or loss. But you can just see Colorado is going to have to win a lot of rounds this half if they want any chance of winning this specific match. A lot of ghosts coming out from the Broncos. It's a fake decoy. Blinds a lot of people there. Skelesis picks Manhen.
One enemy
Just a
remaining.
bunch of trades right now. It's going to be a... Wow. Just picks all at once. I don't know. A lot of trades. Back and forth, back and forth. And it looks like this time, Master and Prestige going to be running at full Vandals with small shields. Better be hoping to win this round. But Colorado State has an ace up their sleeve. They're running 5 Stingers with full shields, regens, some small. Gotta watch out for that. They're going to be playing close, just like one giant pack. Anyone that dares to peek is going to be littered by bullets. Rairiana holding back sight right now. But Skies will be there to get a quick pick. Fuki and Manhen. Prestige will be there to take out Fuki though. Double tap. Master able to take out Rice. It's going to be a 2v2 here. Keyboard on site. Meanwhile, you've got Manhen running all the way over to A. Just kind of leaving him to die. Trying to get the pick off before you leave, or, you know, as prep. Keyboard just playing as safe, stalling for as long as possible here. So Boise State, here's the plant. They got to make a move here soon, but Keyboard is keeping them stalled out. They really want this pick.
Last player
Keyboard
standing.
able to get 1 and 2. Keyboard, wow. Keyboard absolutely playing out of their mind this round. Stalling in the 1v2 for that long and to get both picks there. Wow. But once again, I mean, Colorado had to buy up there very heavy in order to win that round. But, I mean, looking at that eco, it looks like it's not going to matter too much. Fuki's already going to be there to take out Master with the Stinger. Manhunt as well. It's going to be a 3v5. Prestige gets smoked off. Skies get smoked off. Side is going to be the Rams for the taking. Rihanna.
Camera taken out.
Sees Fuki on the other side. Can't quite get the pick though. Prestige will be there. Skies as well. It's going to be a 3v2 now. Hawk gets immediately taken out by Skies, but Keyboard once again able to get a quick 2K there at the end. Ooh.
The dimensional fabric here is thin.
I was not expecting Keyboard to start stepping up to the plate here this second half.
Idiots.
Last player standing.
Huge flick there though, right before getting taken out by Keyboard. From Sky. It's going to be 4-11 now. I mean, no matter how it looks right now, Boise State is extremely close to winning this first match.
Child's ready.
Sky able to pick off Rice, immediately uses Dimensional Drift to figure out where the rest of the players are. Sees the spike, sees two along the way. Tries to find the third, just looking for an isolated pick here. Sees Keyboard, goes for it. Gets one, gets two. That's a Keyboard. What a flick from Skies. Just a quick and easy 4K there. Wow. Main thing you always want to do with this Dimensional Drift is just look for that isolated pick. Sometimes it doesn't even matter because you just you catch multiple people by surprise. Even if they aren't shooting the decoy, they're just like confused, if only for a short moment. And that short moment can be enough for you to get the pick before anyone even knows what happened.
Get out of my
They may
way.
not know where you are, but they'll know where you've been.
Shadows traveling.
Fuki immediately pushing out into back of B site. Uses a couple knives, isn't able to get it though. Master's going to be using ult here.
One enemy remaining.
Takes out Rice. Just like that.
Win.
That's going to be first round going into Boise State's favor. Great first round here on Haven. That means we're going to be going to Pearl next here very soon. Boise State's got to be feeling good about that first win, though. I mean, going 13-3? No, 4. 13-4. Wow. But with that, Pico's been here with me too, you know, just observing this. Shout out Pico. He's a real one. But with that, me and Pico are going to be discussing that game for a little bit. And we'll be right back right after this. See you in a bit. Goodbye.
Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. It's finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great? Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
At Blue Ribbon Painting, we're proud to be a locally family-owned and operated business dedicated to bringing your vision to life. Whether it's freshening up your home with interior or exterior painting, or tackling a commercial project, we've got you covered. When you choose Blue Ribbon Painting, you're not just hiring painters. You're getting a team that's committed to making your vision a reality. Call or text us at 208-369-2583 or visit us at blueribbonpainting.net. Your project deserves a blue ribbon finish.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Hello, and welcome back to the Boise State Arena. We are back midway through Mountain West Conference, best of 3. Boise State Broncos just took game 1 against the Colorado State Rams on Haven in a pretty big way, 13-3. Wow. But we're going to be going to Pearl. Boise's going to be defending this first half. And I gotta say, Pico, I don't know too much about Boise State's performance on Pearl. I've seen them play their minds out on Haven, and I've seen them play their minds out on Lotus. But when it comes to Pearl, I don't know. I haven't seen it picked often enough for me to effectively say one way or another. I guess we will see here, though, very soon. And, I mean, if there's anyone to specifically talk about, it's going to be Skies on the Yoru. The only thing I think that we've been missing so far that first game that we saw, unless I missed it completely, it's going to be one of those fake decoys. It's my favorite. It's a classic move if you're going to be picking Yoru. And we've seen Skies hit it many times in the past. So, I mean, at this point, it may not be a question of if, but a question of when is he going to try and do it. Colorado Rams, though, not doing too bad for themselves, though. Fuki, though, on the jet, I got to say, he's been doing very well. But if I got to shout out anyone, it's going to be Keyboard. I mean, we saw here Colorado State going to be picking attack for this first half, and later down the road, if it gets to it, split, Colorado's going to be going to attack the first half as well. I got to say, though, Keyboard has had some outstanding moments. If I'm picking one specifically, it's got to be that second round in the second half where he just completely held off a 1v2. Just on his own was able to take both with just a stinger by his side. Very, very effective performance, but not enough to overturn a 13-4 victory from Boise State. On Pearl, though, picks-wise, I'm not really not too sure what I'm going to be seeing here. I'm guessing maybe a Chamber. No, it's going to be a Vise. Going to be picked out by Master immediately. Sky's going to be picking Yoru once again. It's going to be Vise from both sides, it looks like. Well, Master going to be picking the Vise. We're going to be seeing Skelesis on the Tejo. Tejo's been very strong as of late. Got a little bit of nerfs in regards to utility destruction. It's not going to be as effective, but, I mean, that really only applies to KJ usually. Both teams going to be picking an Astra as well. I'm interested to see how that plays out. Prestige running the breach. And we're seeing what Colorado picks. Might be seeing a fade. I don't know. Ooh. Fuki thinking about it. Might go Vice here. Or Rice picking the Yoru. Hawk is going to end up going fade. All right. I'm down for it. Manhen might be locking in the Jet here. Rice on the Yoru. Fuki locks in the Vise, and we're going to be going straight into it. Ooh, Pearl. Pearl. I'll be honest. I've seen a lot more Vise than I would have ever expected so far these past couple of weeks. Maybe it's just a me problem, but I cannot seem to figure out how to make that character work well. But, I mean, hey, yeah, they're not me. They seem to have it figured out. You want to talk to anyone about Yoru, though, I'm your guy. I love playing Yoru. But, of course, once again, I got to mention, Boise State players fuel to win with Dairy West Fueling Station, filled with chocolate milk, cheeses, and tons of dairy snacks. Dairy West fuels the Broncos and me. Well, I guess I'm one too, but I'm there too. I like it too. Going into this, I mean, right off the bat, I do want to say I want to see how this fade goes being played by Hawk Toes. I don't see fade as much as I wish I would like to. So, I don't know, hoping to see an interesting performance here. Brariana immediately going to be pushing up with Astra. Sends a smoke. Tejo as well with some salvos. Doesn't see anyone, though. Sends up a smoke over to the B site. However, it just looks like... Oh, no, Tejo throwing the drone. Immediately destroyed. They're just going to be stalling off on this A site. Meanwhile, it's going to be Rice and Skies and Yoru Ditto here on this B site. See how that goes. Colorado starts pushing up on A. But do they see Fuki coming? They do. Skelesis able to take out Fuki. But the Rams are going to be able to take A site here. Gets ready to plant. Sky's just backing off into this corner right now. Just waiting for that first pick. Manhen isn't. Whoa. Okay. Sure. We can do that, I guess. Prestige gets the pick on Rice. Keyboard takes out Skies. It's a 4v2 here. Master able to get 2. And Boise State turns it around. I'll keep it a $150. I did not see that coming. Wow. But they just continued to get pick after pick. Rams started pushing out a little bit too far into Boise State's territory. Broncos were able to completely reverse it. Master there getting a quick 2K with the Sheriff as well. And if you noticed, I didn't see a right click. Noticing. Well, I mean, weapon-wise, Spectres, some Bulldogs.
Rip and tear.
We'll see how it goes.
Flash placed. What? Not ready yet.
Prestige, holding it down. Preps the stun. Charging it up. Master just looking for something here. Keyboard's going to start backing up with the rest of the Rams.
Drone going out.
Skelsis sends the
Three
drone.
suppressed.
Sees 2. It looks like, oh no, sees 3. Looks like Rams are going to start making their move towards A.
I'm out of stars. Concealment.
Skelsis sends a couple salvos out. Big decoy, or real decoy. I keep mixing those up.
Recovering.
And it looks like Boise State has A side on lock. So Colorado's
Time to jump.
still has time to rotate, and we just might see that. But for now, it looks like they're pretty confident in holding this down.
30 seconds left.
Letting the Rams know, hey, we are still here. In case you foolishly want to try and push us. Rice gets stunned. Gets taken out. 5v2. 5v2 now. Yeah, I was right. 4v2. Keyboard stuck in the back corner. Gets taken out by the salvo. That's going to be a swift end to round 2. You never want to underestimate those Tejo salvos. They do mad work.
All missiles away.
One enemy remaining.
Just like that. I mean, even like that, we're seeing a strong lead here once again from the Broncos. Phantoms and Vandals all around. Throws the salvos up immediately just to stall. Ooh, Rice gets the pick on Sky. Sky saw the flash going out and prepped the turnaround,
Obscuring vision.
but turned a little too late, or too early, I guess. Uh-oh, Ray Rihanna in a bad position here. Still able to get 2 and lives? Are you serious? Okay, okay. 2v3 here.
Spike planted.
Master, just looking for some sort of pick
Retrieving
here.
flash.
Only has a sheriff.
Not ready yet. Blinding prepped. Flash. Not ready yet.
Pops the blind, doesn't see anyone. They know that one could still be back there. They find keyboard, clears out the rest.
Launching thorns.
Uh-oh,
Further
Fuki. Fuki only 1 shot right now.
One enemy remaining.
Fuki able to get a
player
pick.
standing.
1
Shut
HP.
up and
This.
let me work.
Oh man. Fuki. Oh, has the blind prepped. That's why people play Vise. Oh, I get it now. Yeah, Vise is very strong for those post plants just because of that flash alone. It's so hard to expect, and it's really difficult to play around. Even if you know exactly where it is. Once it goes invisible again, it's really hard to find. And it's hard to react to. It's just a very strong flash, that Arc Rose. Rams going to start pushing very quickly here into A. Rice sets up the decoy. Has the Prowler right behind. Rice and Manhead both getting 2 picks of their own. Now it's going to be 5v3 here. Sky with the op.
Spike planted.
Master.
Wall tripped. Thorns activated.
Master sees that the shear was triggered.
Irrelevant.
Able to get the pick on Hawk. Didn't have the rest of the team looking. This guy's trying to find something here. It's a 2v3. Takes out Fuki, 2v2. Skies with the shorty.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, gets one.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
keyboard's pretty low right now.
This is bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. On keyboard with the miracle. Doesn't get hit by any bullets there. And that's going to be another win for the Rams. Wow. Gonna be even up the score here, though. Tight, more of a tight battle here on Pearl. Eco, I mean, a lot of sheriffs from the Broncos as well. It's pretty even so far.
Blinding crack.
Master
Who's next?
is holding down on this B site. Rice with the
Thorns are
dimensional
alive.
drift. Knows that something is coming his way. Master, you got to get ready for this.
Wall tripped.
Knows that the decoy's there. Once you know how to play around that Yoru roll, it can be pretty hard to fight against. And Prestige with the Sheriff is able to take out Fuki. It's going to be a 3v3. Might see a Steel Garden here from Master.
Flashing.
Might have to push a little deeper into the site, though. There you go.
Bring me the arsenal.
No longer can the Rams use their primaries for the next little bit.
Thorns are alive.
Also uses the wall. Ooh, but that Astra Star, Gravity Well, that's so hard to fight against. Just fighting so close. Manhen gets taken out by Rariana with the Judge, gets a quick 2K, and that's going to bring him up. Wow.
You're okay.
Never, ever, 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 ever underestimate a controller with a Judge. But you should also expect, I mean, if you are in the vicinity of a Yor within dimensional drift, you just have to know, okay, there's going to be a decoy somewhere. You got to wait out the decoy. You have to wait it out before you start trying to fight. Because if you don't, you will be put in the ground. A lot of stingers here from Colorado.
Need that back.
Sees all 5 mid with 1 drone. They're starting to push down Arc very fast. That's the decoy there. Able to get the pick off on someone there. Prestige.
Spike planted.
Sky kind of scares him off with that.
You dial. Rip and tear.
Riviana
Oh, come on.
gets 1. There go the salvos. Skies
Get out of my
playing
way.
it very close behind.
enemy
Gets
remaining.
1. As it pushes quick, here comes Manhand
Last
with the
player
knives.
standing.
Hides in the corner. Oh. Dodges the flash, but it's not going to be enough. Skies able to get the pick on Manhand, but is it going to be enough time? I think it is. There you go. Great performance there from Skies there. Clutch up moment. That's going to be so tight there when you got to fight against a Jet with knives.
Last player standing.
Especially one who knows how to dodge blinds. Because look at that. That should have been clear as day. You are blinded. But no. Sometimes people just have those reflexes. So players, once again, they're all looking good. Got me feeling very good right now. Up 4-2. The complete map 1, just devastation. Drones out through mid. Sees a couple there at the very end. Peek. Takes out Master with just a Sheriff alone. Rice starts to abandon B site. Gives room for Sky to start pushing up on a flank. Rams are starting to collect themselves. Round this entrance into A. Fuki has a steel garden. Sends it out. Rairiana can't use a Vandal. There go the salvos. Shuts down plant for at least a little bit. Manhen gets a Sheriff 2K just like that, like it was nothing. Rihanna sees the Prowler.
Need that back.
At this point, you just gotta hope to get a pick. There's the fake decoy. Yeah. Surely you don't go for a second one.
Last player standing. Flawless.
Flawless round there from the Rams. Pearl's it's a pretty interesting map, just because of like how mid interacts with the rest of how, you know, the rest of, I mean, map just, you basically have two entrances to get into both sites, but you also have an entrance to get directly into the enemy spawn through mid. It plays really differently compared to other maps. You have to get the mid control just because of how easy it is to manipulate. Sky. Sky is able to get a quick 2K there. I don't really know what the plan was there with Rice. Siege with the Sheriff. He's looking for it. Rairiana will be there. Keyboard getting lit up through a box. Now it's all up to one lone. Gets stunned, gets pulled directly into the gravity well, and it's basically a complete reversal of what we saw last round. Just a flawless for Boise State. Really goes to show every round on their own really just can't be, you know, you can never just take one round and say, well, we lost. Just the flawless back-to-back from both teams in their own directions. It's sometimes it's always possible. It's always possible. Sky's once again repping the op. A lot of Vandals to go around. It's going to be the Rams pushing into mid once again. All of them are going to be pushing all the way through into that B site, except for one lone Fuki holding down this mid. Skies with the op though, has to get out of there, but Manhen sees it coming. Prestige sends a stun.
Last player standing.
I don't really know how that happened. Prestige. Ooh, popping off there. 1v3. Sets a blind. Fuki gets the pick. A lot more back and forth this game. Skies just immediately buys another op. Wow. Clearly not everyone's economy is hurting right now. Ult-wise, Boise State has a pretty huge lead here. You're seeing everyone except for Master ready to use it. I'm expecting we probably see Skies use it. No, actually, you have an op. You hold it. You hold the dimensional drift for the post. Stun goes out. comes Rice, pushing into this A site here. Line goes down. Hen immediately on top of site. Fuki get a quick 2. Prestige trades out Manhen though. And just through the shield, I guess. Sure.
Out of charges.
It's gonna be a 2v3 here. Fuki playing it relatively close. Has the advantage here if Boise State isn't expecting it. Grabs the ult point. Fuki
Last player standing.
gets the ace.
Any of you mattered, you'd be
Sometimes
alive.
you get a little greedy. You know, you want to get that ace. And Fuki manages to do it. Gets the first ace we've seen so far this game. Wow. Or series, I guess. That's going to be putting Boise State into a pretty bad state right now. Sheriffs. Sky's going to be dimensional drift right off rip. We see it with the shorty. Got to be praying that not everyone from the Rams is going to be playing all in the same spot here. Here we go. Let's see if Skies is able to pull it off. Sees 1, 2, 3, 4. That means that one of them's on their own. Plays with the breach, though. Bucky isn't able to do it. Shoots right in between both players. Master's able to get 2 with the Sheriff, though. Blind goes out. And Skelsis will be there to get the other 2. It's just going to be Fuki all alone. Wow. What even happened?
Last round in the half.
You got to remember, you can use the Oral to try and offensively get a pick, but it's also probably the strongest use of a recon in the game because you have become the recon and they can't do anything to you. So getting that ability to completely clear out a site or just like that mid, figuring out where everyone is, and still getting the ability to fend off, get a pick, and get out, it's one of the strongest pieces of utility in the game. Skies gets dinked a little bit. Immediately leaves. Yeah, that's probably a good move. 2 damage. Skelsis looking for a pick. Able to get 1 through the box. Not sure how that worked. We take those. Rams only down to 2 players now. Sends the decoy. Ain't nobody falling for that. Come on now. Be so for real. Rariana playing from the back end. Here comes the breach ult. They're both stunned. And Rice just immediately pops the ult to get out of there. Forgets the spike, though. Steel Garden goes out. You can do whatever you want. It's the last round. You can do whatever.
Switching sides.
I mean, if you haven't used your ult yet, you know, and it's round 12, go for it. Just go for it. Why not? As a treat, you know? I will say, though, Rice, you got to remember to pick up that spike if you're ulted, man. But now, sides have swapped. Going to be seeing a lot of ghosts. And once again, I'm going to complain that not a single player picks up a Frenzy on round 1. I think it's a pretty underrated weapon. I'll say it. I'll say it, and I'll keep saying it. No one can stop me from saying it. Just immediately shuts down the idea of TPing down there. But Skies used it as a bait. The Rams all pushing up into this A, thinking maybe the entire team is there, but little do they know that there are 4 players all pushing up into Art. Skies pushes a little too fast directly into the breach stun. And they just completely are clearing out everyone from behind. No, wait, no, everybody, opposite way. Hawktoes and Manhen get cleared. They clear out everyone from behind. In front of them, I'm not really sure how it works. Colorado, though, takes that first round of the second half. Got my people mixed up. It's different sides. It's side swapped. I literally said it. Manhen going to be running the Marshall. Usually a good move on the round 2. One shot to basically everyone who isn't buying shields. So this could be big.
I mean, usually, from personal experience, I would say do not push B site if you lose on round 1. Just because of how strong that Marshall is there. And we're seeing it here as Manhan just holds it down. Rice with the Sheriff. Doesn't see anyone quite yet. Skies follows the drone. Skins doesn't see anyone, I don't believe. Manhen gets hit once. Fuki will be there too. It's going to be 5-2.
Last player standing.
Hogtos. Wow, Skell's just able to get a quick 2K on the way out though. Not too shabby.
Spike down mid. Last player standing.
Wow. Well, I mean, in terms of guns, Boise State's going to be buying up as much as they possibly can here. Vandals and Sheriffs as high as they can. Skels just throws the drone right off rip.
Cutting through.
Hands out B side. Don't know if he was able to find anything though. Skies. Skies shows another TP. Backside. Decoys through. There's the shear. They find the shear. Push kind of gets shut down as of now. Little do they know that Rice Yoru is kind of hiding behind. TP's right over that shear wall, but Skelesis has a feeling that, you never know. Sometimes util doesn't clear it. Just because utility can clear utility. Skelesis gets stunned, but the plant still goes down. Preps some salvos. It still has the ult for post plant here. Doesn't need it though. Keyboard is left to one shot.
Not ready yet.
What is a keyboard to do? Just like that. We're gonna be up 8-7 here. It's always going to be a matter of pre-plant and post-plant. If you are able to get plant down on attack, that's going to be huge considering the amount of post-plant utility you have. Tejo is the post-plant master right now, as well as Breach and an Astra. There is so much you can do to just hold off anyone who tries to push into Spike. It is going to be absolutely devastating for the Rams if they try and hold it off. Or not hold it off, they try and get a plant down. Sky and some other players from Boise State seemingly want to push down into Art. Prowler. Decoy gets thrown out. Prestige wants to try and get a pick here. Gets one.
Go ahead. Stand your ground.
Here comes the Tejo ult. Annihilation. Just like that. That was crazy shot there from Sky. Fuki is the only one left alive right now and is just basically playing for a post plant pick. Or, an after round pick. Something. Whatever you can get at this point.
One enemy remaining.
Manhan opts out Skelesis. But just like that, we are up 8-6 now. That Armageddon just, it can be very devastating, especially if it's used in the post plant. Yeah, a crazy shot there from Sky as well. And this round, I mean, this match entirely, we're seeing Fuki doing exceptionally well. We've seen Fuki with the Sheriff get many picks so far. The smoke strat does not work as well as they'd hope. The Rams Rice gets immediately taken out.
Rip and tear. Thorns active.
Sends out the Thorns. Keyboard there. But it looks like Boise State's just going to be completely rotating over to the other side. Sheer goes out, so they know that Boise State is on B. Wise coming in with the spike. But the Rams are a little too late to try and stop it. Astral Divide as well, just going to completely stop any sort of contest here. Trying to dive around. I don't know if that's a wise decision here. Skies tries to look for a pick with the op, doesn't find one. Hawk. Smoke lineup is able to clear that out. We're going to see 4v2 here. Looks like Fuki is going to be left alone. Tries to find something. Right click? Yeah, that's what I thought. Ariana gets taken out as well, but it's going to be up 10-7 now.
Flash out.
Oh, I mean, still no pauses, or everyone seems pretty satisfied with where they're at.
Not ready yet. Good hit.
Manhan holding behind. The blind still gets him, and that's going to be a quick 3K, or a 2-and-1 there from the Broncos. Not really sure what that was, though, I will say.
Thorns activated.
Master going to be pushing fast into the spawn. 1v1 against Fuki. It's a buys off. And Master takes it with the 4K to boot. Wow. If it weren't for that meddling Skelesis, it would have been my ace. And, I mean, you're seeing it here. Fuki, once again, repping that Sheriff. Knows how to use it well, but I don't know. Going up against all these Vandals and the Nop there from Sky as well, that's going to be tough to counteract.
Blocking vision.
Who's next?
Dimensional Drift goes out from Skies. Tries to find a pick here. Meanwhile, you've got multiple players from Boise State pushing into this A site. Sky's able to clear out the entirety of the back of A site here, and they know that the site is theirs.
Can't use that yet.
Starts pushing in fast. Sets up the Arc Rose for a flash later.
Thorns are live. Spike dropped.
Blinding.
Needs to get that spike planted. We've got multiple people from Colorado State pushing on this flank. Steel Garden going out as well. Multiple people losing their guns. Sky gets one with the op. Didn't get hit by the Steel Garden. Blinded. Still here, though. Starts running away. Can't quite get the pick. Oh, Rihanna gets the knife. That's what you've been waiting for. It's what you wanted all along. Oh. You know, I was a little upset last week that we didn't get a knife kill, and you know, it's nice to see it come back. Oh, love to see it. And we're going to be up to match point here. More than a match point, this is game point. If Boise State is able to win this next round, that's going to be it for the series. Sky able to take down another with the op. Immediately goes into a dimensional drift is the Rice. Sees Rihanna is isolated. Goes for it. Oh, that's tough. Wall caves in a little bit too far. There's not much you can do there. And with that, that's going to do it. 13-7. In a 2-0, it's going to be Boise State against the Rams. A complete and utter victory. I mean, I will say, though, they were looking a lot closer there on that Pearl map, but really, we saw it on Haven especially. Boise State was doing exceptionally well. And, I mean, I can't say I'm too surprised by it. Pico, thank you for being such an exceptional co-host today. You are the best co-host. Oh, hold on. I got you, buddy. There you go, man. You are the best co-host I've ever had, Pico. I just want you to know. You're a real one. Pound it? Another time. It's okay. But for today, that's going to do it. We're going to be going into a top 5, I believe, right after this. It was a good series. I think that's the end of the regular season so far. I think Boise State played exceptionally well so far. I think the only loss that we had was against San Jose State, but come on, they're San Jose State. They are exceptional players. But for now, that's going to do it, I believe. We're going to send it to a top 5, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye. Doesn't quite see one yet.
Portal closed.
Sends the fake TP. Gets the pick on Manhan. Also, Rice. Everyone seems pretty satisfied with where they're at. Manhan holding behind. The blind still gets him, and that's going to be a quick Skelsis versus Hawk here. Still doesn't have control of the spike. Sends out a scan. Doesn't see anyone yet. Sees him. Ooh. A little too close. Didn't get hit by the Steel Garden. Blinded. Still here, though. Starts running away. Can't quite get the pick. Oh, Rihanna gets the knife. Sees the spike. Sees 2 along the way. Tries to find the third. Just looking for an isolated pick here. Sees keyboard. Goes for it. Gets 1. Gets 2. That's a key. What a flip. Hello, and we are back for a quick interview here with Master, aka Wyatt. I'm still here, Dallin Starnes, and I mean, I gotta ask right off the bat, there's something I have never really been able to figure out, and you seem to have it unlocked. How do you play Vise? How do you do it?
I kind of just like peek with her a little bit and just like try to use her flash to get as much info as possible.
Yeah.
You don't really play her like a normal Sentinel, kind of, in a way.
She seems very, correct me if I'm wrong, she seems very effective on like post plant specifically. You know, you have the shear to like cut off any sort of flank. You just know immediately. But like when it comes to like actually, you know, post plant, once you set up that flash, I think that's when you really are able to like, you know, you lock in essentially. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, you're really able to like take a lot of the sight control because you're able to use the slows and the razor vine to like control how the enemy can flood out of it and then flash them when they peek you, and it's just kind of easy.
I saw it multiple times. I saw you hit him 4K, multiple 3Ks. You did exceptionally well so far, like in that series. I believe in the regular season, it was only against San Jose that Boise State lost to.
I think for VAL, yeah. I think we've only lost to San Jose so far.
Yeah. Well, I mean, very decent record for you and the rest of the team. I mean, if I only have one other question to ask is, I mean, you did exceptionally well, I got to say. But if there was one thing, I mean, wait, who did you play on Haven?
I play ISO on Haven.
You were playing ISO on. I also wanted to ask about that because I've seen it so many times. Why is ISO always the lock-in on Haven?
He's just a really good character for the map. Like his kit with the vulnerable, like allows you to take a lot of the sight control, and it just makes it much easier for the team to take sights because you have a shield.
Yeah, I mean I've seen it multiple times, and I guess with that recent patch, would you say that it was a little bit of a buff or a nerf for him? I know it was a little bit of a rework-ish of the vulnerable, but I think it's marginally better for what I've played, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a buff because the debuff of like not allowing the enemy team to use their abilities with this vulnerable as well just makes it so much stronger.
It's strong. I've heard multiple times that like the vulnerable was like the worst part of his kit. You just kind of like throw him out whenever and just hope that it'd do something, but usually was not effective. So I don't know. I think it was a nice buff to have. Additionally, the ults just going in straight in with shield, I think that's nice as well. Overall, I think you did exceptionally well in both games as well as the rest of the players. A great season, you know. You have any last words you want to say before we send it out?
I'm just proud of my team. We've came pretty far, and we just keep improving every day.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. What else can you say other than that? That's going to do it here for us here at Boise State Arena. I thank you for joining me for, I believe that's, you know, the end of the regular Mountain West Conference regular season. We're going to be going into, you know, more specific stuff later on, but for now, that's going to do it. Yeah, goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.